Hi musicians. Today we're going to talk about sheet music. Music that you would buy either from the store, online, or you would look at it online. Sometimes it's free, sometimes you pay for it. Maybe you play in a professional group and you would see this. And almost all sheet music has the same basic elements. So we're just going to go over those really quickly. The first thing that you're going to see, almost always, the first thing you're going to notice and look at is the title. And the title just tells you the name of the piece. And the name of the piece could be anything from sonata, which doesn't really tell you anything except the form of the piece, but there's a lot of pieces called sonata. Or it may have a specific title like Star Wars, which we know is going to be movie music. Underneath that is going to have a subtitle, and the subtitle can tell you a little bit more about what the composer's thinking the music is about. So if this is Star Wars, maybe the subtitle would be The Phantom Menace, or Darth Vader's theme, or something like that. It's all under the heading of Star Wars, and then there's the subtitle. The composer is just basically the author of the music. You know, who wrote the music, who put the pen to paper. And then underneath that is an arranger. Now, an arranger just takes an original piece of music written by the composer and then writes it or arranges it for a different ensemble. It could be for band or string ensemble, especially if it was written for like full symphony, or even down even further for piano or for a single instrument or something like that. So that's what the arranger does. The instrument is kind of important because you need to know what the arrangement is for. So in this case, if you are a trumpet player, and it says trumpet, it'd be right. But if you're a flute player and this says trumpet and you play along with the trumpet at the same time, it's going to sound wrong, and I'll tell you about that later. Going further down here, we have this little symbol here. This is called a clef, and it specifically allows you or tells you where the notes are in the staff, which are these 5 lines. Okay. Next to that is the time signature, which tells you pulse. And also how the music is to be counted. Next to that is the key center, okay, the key signature. What notes are natural and what notes are altered, okay, and so we'll talk about that as well. Going up here, the allegro, or several different terms, this is what we refer to as tempo, how fast it is. And then right next to that, you have what we call a metronome marking, and this metronome marking is a very specific version of the tempo. In this case, quarter note equals 132. Okay, that's a very specific time signature, specific speed that the composer wants the music to be at. Next to that is a stylistic thing. Okay, a stylistic marking. In this case, con fioco, which means with fire. It can be cantabile, with passion, or with singingly. Okay, appassionato means with passion. Coming down here, we have dynamics, okay, of how loud or how soft something is, forte. This little sign here called a crescendo means get louder. So this is the change in dynamics. And then some other stylistic things as well. And then lastly, we have the notes and articulations, what notes to play and how to play them, okay, and we'll talk about those as well. So there's more to it than this. This is not all there is, and we'll get into all those in some short little videos as we go on. So anyway, let's keep making music, and hopefully we'll be learning something as we go along. Take care.